the most extraordinary journeys in the Himalayas. Today, we travel from Jomsom, the gateway to Mustang, through ancient villages, dramatic desert landscapes, centuries-old monasteries, and the historic walled city of Low Manthan, all the way to Kora, the northern border between Nepal and Tibet. This is not just a road trip, it is a journey through history, culture, geology, and one of the last remaining strongholds of traditional Tibetan civilization. Let the adventure begin. Jomsom, gateway to the hidden kingdom. Our journey starts in Jomsom, the administrative center of Mustang district. Nestled in the Kali Gandaki Valley at an altitude of around 2,700 meters, Jomsom is surrounded by the magnificent peaks of Nilgiri, Dhaulagiri, and the Annapurna Range. As we leave Jomsom behind, the landscape gradually transforms. Green valleys give way to barren hills, and the influence of the Tibetan plateau becomes increasingly visible. The road ahead follows ancient trade routes that once connected Nepal with Tibet. Kagbeni and the entrance to Upper Mustang, a short drive north, brings us to Kagbeni, one of the oldest settlements in Mustang. With its narrow alleys, mud brick houses, and ancient monastery, Kagbeni feels like a living museum. For centuries, traders, pilgrims, and travelers pass through this village on their way to Tibet. Beyond Kagbeni begins Upper Mustang, a region that remained isolated from the outside world for centuries. As we continue northward, the landscape becomes increasingly dramatic. Towering cliffs, deep canyons, and colorful rock formations dominate the horizon. Husang, land of red cliffs, our next destination is Husang. This beautiful village is famous for its striking red cliffs and unique geological formations. The cliffs, sculpted by wind and water over millions of years, reveal layers of ancient sediments that were once deposited beneath the Tethys Sea. Today, these rocks stand as evidence of the immense geological forces that created the Himalayas. The contrast between the red cliffs, blue sky, and snow-covered mountains creates one of the most spectacular scenes in Mustang. Towards Tang Ben Tedek, as the road climbs higher, we arrive at the traditional villages of Tang Ben Tedek. These settlements preserve centuries-old Tibetan culture and architecture. Whitewashed houses, prayer walls, and fields of barley create a timeless atmosphere. Life here continues much as it has for generations. The people of Mustang have adapted remarkably to the harsh environment, maintaining traditions that have survived for hundreds of years. The surrounding hills display remarkable geological formations, shaped by uplift, erosion, and powerful Himalayan winds. Geology, a journey through an ancient ocean as we travel deeper into Mustang. We are not only moving through space, we are traveling through millions of years of Earth's history. The landscapes of Mustang were once part of the ancient Tethys Sea, a vast ocean that existed between the Indian and Eurasian continents more than 100 million years ago. The limestone, sandstone, and shale rocks visible throughout the region were originally deposited on the floor of this ancient ocean. When the Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate around 50 million years ago, the seabed was uplifted, folded, and thrust upward, giving birth to the Himalayan mountain range. Today, the colorful cliffs and layered rock formations of Husang, Tedang, and Low Manthan provide spectacular evidence of this geological history. The Kali Gandaki Valley, which accompanies us along much of this journey, is one of the world's deepest river gorges. Over millions of years, the river has cut through the rising Himalayas, exposing ancient sedimentary layers and revealing a remarkable geological record. This valley is also famous for shallogram fossils, the remains of marine creatures known as ammonites that lived in the Tethys Sea millions of years ago. These fossils are highly revered by Hindus as manifestations of Lord Vishnu. As we approach Low Manthan and Korala, the landscape increasingly resembles the Tibetan plateau. The dry climate, dramatic erosion, and colorful sedimentary rocks create the unique high-altitude desert environment for which Mustang is famous. For geologists, Mustang is a natural laboratory. For travelers, it is a rare opportunity to witness the story of the Himalayas written in stone. Through the high desert of Mustang continuing north, we enter the heart of Upper Mustang. The the landscape resembles a high-altitude desert. There are few trees, little rainfall, and endless expanses of colorful hills carved into extraordinary shapes. Every turn reveals a new masterpiece created by nature. The silence of the region is profound, broken only by the wind and the occasional sound of prayer flags fluttering against the mountain backdrop. This unique environment is the result of Mustang's position in the rain shadow of the Himalayas. Lo Manthan, the walled city, after hours of travel through spectacular landscapes, we finally arrive at Lo Manthan. Founded in the 15th century, Lo Manthan was once the capital of the Kingdom of Lo. Surrounded by ancient walls, the city remains one of the best preserved medieval settlements in the Himalayas. Inside the city, narrow streets lead to centuries-old monasteries, royal palaces, and traditional homes. The culture here remains deeply rooted in Tibetan Buddhism. Visitors can witness ancient traditions, vibrant festivals, and a way of life that has changed little over the centuries. Lo Manthan is often called the cultural heart of Mustang, and for good reason. Every corner tells a story. The northern frontier, leaving Lo Manthan, we continue toward the northern frontier. The landscape becomes increasingly open and expansive. The mountains appear softer, and the terrain gradually merges with the vast Tibetan plateau. Historically, this route was one of the most important trade corridors between Nepal and Tibet. Caravans carrying salt, wool, grain, and livestock once crossed these high-altitude passes. Today, the road serves as a reminder of centuries of cultural and economic exchange. Kora border, where nations meet finally, we arrive at Kora, the historic border crossing between Nepal and Tibet. Standing at an elevation of over 4,600 meters, Kora marks the northern edge of Nepal. For centuries, traders crossed this pass, linking the civilizations of South Asia and Central Asia. Today, Kora represents both a historical gateway and a symbol of future connectivity between Nepal and China. From here, the vast Tibetan plateau stretches northward, while behind us lies the incredible landscape of Mustang. It is a place where geography, history, and culture converge. Our journey from Jomsom to Kora has taken us through some of the most extraordinary landscapes on Earth. From the windswept valleys of Jomsom, the red cliffs of Hussein, the traditional villages of Tethys, the ancient walled city of Lo Manthan, and finally to the high-altitude frontier of Kora. Every kilometer reveals a new chapter of Mustang's story. This is more than a destination. It is a living museum of Himalayan history, culture, and geology, a place where ancient traditions endure, where mountains touch the sky, and where every traveler discovers something unforgettable. Thank you for joining this journey through the hidden kingdom of Mustang.
46 मिटर हाइटमा छ रहेछ यो चाइनाबाट सब इलेक्ट्रिक गाडी धेरै छ BYD नेपालीहरुको भेटबाट छ नेपाल के रहेछ